Bitcoin just hit $62,000 today, and the volatility is through the roof. What the fuck did you think was going to happen when an unlimited amount of cash flow started crashing into an asset with absolute finality of scarcity? This is what I've been trying to prepare people for since August last year, right? I've been trying to scam everyone through free tweets and free videos into getting to one Bitcoin, because there was going to be a moment where the maths just kicks in and it is going to be too late. When you're dealing with an asset that has absolute finality of scarcity, you cannot afford to screw around trying to be a happy hippie or a $10 a month DCA gang member feeling happy about yourself trying to chase it. At the end of the day, in this market, once you get past 100, let me break down to you what happens when Bitcoin's past $100,000. In order to buy one Bitcoin, once Bitcoin's past $100,000, if you're an absolute new bulltard in Bitcoin, you're going to need about $200,000 or $300,000 of excess liquidity in order to make a $100,000 purchase on a new asset that you know nothing about, that you're FOMOing into. Now, someone with a net worth of $2 million may just about have $300,000 of excess liquidity. Go speak to anyone who you know that owns $2 million of real estate and find out how many of them have 300 grand just lying around waiting to execute on something. It's not that many. So basically, once we get past $100,000, you are now going to be pricing out so many people, and it's basically over, right? In my opinion, the opportunity to get to one Bitcoin for the majority of the world is over, and we start dealing with the up to $5 million net worth people in order to get to one Bitcoin. So I've been trying to use insults. I've been trying to use foul language. I've been trying to use unrelenting pressure on everyone who is trying to understand what's going on here with Bitcoin, who's been in real estate, in equities, understanding like, okay, maybe I need to consider learning about this asset because now BlackRock's behind it, because now Fidelity's behind it. And I got to deal with hate from both sides of the aisle. I got to deal with hate from traditional finance saying Bitcoin's a scam, and from the Bitcoin side saying, oh, you're a fiat maxi and this, that, and the other. So I've been trying to use all of these tools to basically affinity scam you and everyone watching to get to one Bitcoin before a day like this. And what happened today? You woke up, right? Everyone who was celebrating 58K was asleep when 58K showed up. And you woke up and you went from maybe getting to one Bitcoin to suddenly it's just out of your reach. Because the buying pressure is too strong. $500 million went into Bitcoin through the ETFs alone yesterday. $500 million net went in yesterday. This is an amount of buying power, of firepower that Bitcoin has never ever seen before, and it's every day. This is an unrelenting amount of buying power that's going on here, right? Now, by the way, there's many more days like this to come. I'm not excited, right, until we break the all-time high. It just feels like this is what they stole from me in 2021, and they're just giving it back to me and expect me to be happy with it. I'm not happy with it. We need to get past all-time high, and then I'll start giving you a smile every now and then when I do a Bitcoin video trying to get you to one Bitcoin. And at the end of the day, you know, people that are sitting there absolutely surprised by this, going, "Oh, I was DCAing, and now I can't get to one Bitcoin." What the fuck did you expect to happen? You got 10x the amount of demand caused by absolutely determined and dominating and focused asset managers, the most relentless and ruthless asset managers in the world, crashing into an absolute finality of scarcity. What did you think was going to happen? You thought the price was just going to go sideways to allow you to DCA into it? They want to keep people exactly where you are. You have to grab opportunity by the balls, and unfortunately, most people are just not going to do it. I'm learning that. I'm learning to come to terms with that, but the point of my YouTube and my Twitter and everything else is to try and find the people who will. And I'm very proud of those people who have, right? But this is a once-in-a-species opportunity, and if you miss it, you're never going to get it back, which is why I've been writing these angry love letters through video to everyone, trying to get you to get to one Bitcoin since August of last year. This is why I've been doing it. Because if you miss this opportunity, It's not your fault. You might be able to be, happy with the fact that you missed getting to 1 Bitcoin, but your progeny, every single carrier of your last name, will pay for this for the rest of humanity, because there is no more than 21 million Bitcoin. That is how serious this is. If you want to be a player in the game, you need to own enough of a monetary network asset. It's a monetary network asset. It is not a let's be happy, high five, hug trees, and smile at the world asset. This is a monetary network. So you have to own enough of it to actually make a dent, which is why I've been saying you need to get to 1 Bitcoin. And I still think there's an opportunity, because I'm getting messages from people all over the world that have gotten to 1 Bitcoin. Right? Not just in the Western countries, all over the world. People, I'm so proud of each and every single one of you. And it's for days like this, and it's for moments like this, which, by the way, are just starting. This is the warm-up. What you've seen today is an absolute warm-up. So, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Fuck all of the doom and gloom boomers, the happy hippies, the $10 a month DCA gang members, and every other group of haters that you have in your ear, and everyone else. Understand the maths behind the asset. It is 21 million, that's it. And the price action you're seeing today is going to continue because of the amount of firepower that's continuously coming into this market. It is not going to stop. You are now catching up to this. You are not entitled to Bitcoin. You earn that Bitcoin. You earn it through taking the risk to buy it, or you earn it by working for someone that will pay you in Bitcoin. It's as simple as that. And I want to point out, because this is the first day that gave me a taste of what I've been trying to prepare people for, and the urgency that I've been trying to communicate with. I want to apologize if my message has ever offended you. I want to apologize if my message has ever pissed you off, but it was designed. My message is and was designed to get you ready for the first day of many just like this. The reality is, I truly believe that if you're not a millionaire and you don't get to Bitcoin, 1 Bitcoin right now, you'll never get there after this starts. And today is the preview of what's going on. I just want to point this out. You need to get to 1 Bitcoin and stop fucking around, because this is very, very serious. Do you know how many hundreds of thousands and millions of people just went from just about maybe affording 1 Bitcoin at 57,000 to never, ever being able to afford it now, because they won't be able to catch up with the price rises that have been going on. Bottom line is, I love you all, especially the people that have taken the action. And either you got to get to 1 Bitcoin, you got to die trying, because it is the only thing that we have that has the scarcity, finality of scarcity that we've been missing for humanity on this earth. Get to 1 Bitcoin, because ultimately there are always only 3 rules to Bitcoin. Step number 1, you buy Bitcoin. Step number 2, you shut the fuck up. And step number 3, you get fabulously wealthy. I love you all.